Live from Arkansas's breaking news leader, Fox 16 News at 9 starts now.
People living in the small town of Winchester remain in limbo after elected officials failed to come up with a solution to its ongoing waste problem. Good evening, everyone. Glad you're with us. I'm Donna Terrell.
I'm Kevin Kelly. Tonight, city council members and the mayor met yet again to try and find a solution, but it appears all it did was spark even more frustration for those who live there. That's
right. Fox 16's Rochelle Turner was at the city council meeting tonight. Let us know what happened. What happened, Rochelle?
Well, Donna, Kevin, good evening to you. For the first time, Mayor Demetrius Trotter spoke to us about these sewage issues that's been going on for so long. And he told me that city council members looked at the contract and they just decided it was not beneficial to the city of Winchester. But he did tell me that he does want a sewage system in the small town of Winchester. But right now, there are no set stones in place. Now, take a look at some of this video. Now, as I mentioned, this is something that's been going on for several years. Today, I spoke to Drew County Judge Robert Aiken on the phone, and he told me this is something that he's also been working on since he was elected 7 years ago. The Arkansas Natural Resources Commission offering a grant that would allow the city of Dumas to collect its waste, but last month, the mayor and city council members voted that agreement down. And tonight, we also heard from State Representative Leanne Birch for District 9, and she spoke briefly about some of this, and she said that she wants the mayor to listen more to some of the people that have some of these concerns here in the town. And again, tonight, people were not allowed to speak. The mayor did say some people did turn in those requests a couple of days before, so they have to give 2 weeks in order to speak, and some people turned it in about 12 or 13 days, and it didn't give the 2-week notice, so they were not allowed to speak at tonight's meeting. But again, still lots of questions here, still lots to unfold, so we'll be sure to keep you updated on the very latest. For now, reporting live in Winchester, I'm Rochelle Turner, Fox 16 News.
Turning now to a Fox 16 News update to a story we've been following since last week. Today, the city of Little Rock confirms the Big Country Chateau apartment complex has been cited for code violations. Now, this comes after several renters say they haven't had gas since September 16th, and management has done little, if anything, to fix the problem. The city says an expedited court hearing has now been set for this upcoming Monday. Of course, we'll be sure to let you know what happens.
Now, weather to plan your day with Fox 16 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Baskin.
Really starting to feel like fall now, especially with morning temperatures down into the 40s and 50s. If you're up early this morning around sunrise, yeah, you felt that chill in the air with temperatures down into the mid 40s across northern Arkansas, 45 in Russellville, 49 in Searcy, 51 in Little Rock. You really have to go back since earlier in the spring since we've had temperatures this cool across the state. And high temperatures today up into the mid to upper 70s, low humidity. Actually, it was a very nice looking fall day out there, and it felt pretty good too, even though it warmed up quite a bit with that low humidity. Felt nice, and then with that low humidity and clear skies, temperatures have dropped back pretty quickly. We're already back down to the mid 50s to low 60s, so nice enough to have some of those windows open, maybe let in a little bit of that fresh air. And we'll have a little break for the air conditioner, although not really going to need it much longer, especially as we head into this weekend. We're talking about a much stronger cold front heading our way by later in the weekend. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes, but for now we have mainly clear skies, high pressure keeping things dry and quiet, although a weak disturbance approaching from the southwest will bring a few showers across parts of Oklahoma into southeast Kansas for tomorrow morning, but most of that's going to stay northwest of the state, leaving us mostly sunny for tomorrow and a little bit warmer during the afternoon as our winds start to come back out of the south. Those temperatures pushing 80 as we go into the afternoon. Now, forecast lows for tonight starting off in the mid 40s to around 50 degrees, so just about as cool as we had this morning, but as we go through the daytime, temperatures warm up pretty quick. Low 70s by about lunchtime, temperatures upper 70s, near 80 degrees for daytime highs. Coming up in just a few minutes, I'll show you when you can expect that next cold front to move on through. It looks like it's going to be a strong one. Yes, we are talking about coat and hat weather, if you can believe that. That's coming up in your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
A Fox 16 crime alert. Authorities in Hot Springs asking for your help tonight as they work to track down a man wanted for aggravated robbery and terroristic acts. Take a good look at this photo. Officials are searching for this man, 18-year-old Latrell Young. They say he should be considered armed and dangerous. If you happen to see him, call authorities immediately.
A lawsuit filed last week accuses a Little Rock hotel owner of not doing enough to prevent abuse connected to human trafficking from happening at the hotel. The woman who filed the suit claims she was sold for sex there. Now she's suing for negligence. Fox 16's Susan L. Corey reports on what could be a landmark case for the state.
It really does happen.
The top floor of this Little Rock hotel is where a woman claims she was forced to stay and in just a few months sold for sex hundreds of times. That happened 5 years ago, but went unreported until a recent lawsuit.
It is happening, and if we see something, we need to say something.
It's a tragic story Casonia Vincent has heard before working with sex trafficking victims. But she calls the suit a first, since it argues the former Quality Inn was negligent for not stopping the abuse.
Because that's typically who you see get arrested are the victims or the traffickers. Nobody looks at the bigger picture or even the middleman.
According to the lawsuit, the woman named as Jane Doe says her traffickers booked the entire top floor, forcing her to have sex with 10 to 12 individuals per day. And while she was being beaten, she screamed for her life with no response. It goes on to say no one from the hotel staff ever offered help.
And sometimes people just close their eye to what's really happening.
It's something we tried to ask the owner, but haven't heard back. No guests are checking in since the hotel was bought and closed for renovations. But advocates say that Jane Doe could be the voice to help stop another hotel from being used for trafficking.
They know that someone's going to come after them and shut those operations down.
Well, the lawyers representing this suit say getting a payout in this case is a long shot, but they at least want a policy change where hotels would be required to train staff so they will see the warning signs that someone is being trafficked.
A leader in a Cleburne County church sent to jail for 80 years for molesting children. Roderick Watkins received the maximum penalty on 4 counts of sexual assault last week. Court documents describe him as an elder with the Jehovah's Witness Church. We're told a total of 10 victims came forward. 4 charges were pursued. Some of the allegations dating back to 1992, according to the sheriff.
I think for somebody who's involved in behavior like this, the message should be, when you get caught, not if you get caught, but when you get caught, it's going to be taken seriously because it's wrong.
It's unclear whether the Jehovah's Witness Church knew of the allegations before the sheriff's office investigation. One of the victims claims to have told the church and nothing was done, according to court documents.
A breaking news update now. A Texarkana doctor indicted on charges of overprescribing opiates and other controlled substances to patients. Federal agents, along with the DEA and local police, arrested Dr. Lonnie Parker today at his office. According to a release by the Department of Justice, Parker ran a suspected pill mill, which included prescribing 1.2 million doses of opiates and just over 1,500 patients. The report says the doctor's actions may have even led to the death of a patient.
The complaints also stated that Dr. Parker overprescribed to his patients, that he was only accepting cash payments, and that he was prescribing multiple prescriptions of hydrocodone and oxycodone to multiple patients in Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas.
The investigation into Dr. Parker had been ongoing since last year.
In tonight's State of the Nation, some Republicans in Congress breaking from President Trump's decision to withdraw troops from northern Syria. They fear the move will only strengthen ISIS's footprint in the region. Washington correspondent Kelly Meyer talking with experts on what the decision means for our service members and our national security.
Many lawmakers in Congress are denouncing President Trump's decision to withdraw troops from northern Syria, including members from President Trump's own party. Florida Senator Marco Rubio fears the move will embolden ISIS. And South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, who is normally one of the president's biggest allies, called the president's decision a, quote, shot in the arm to the bad guys. But Peter Jewell with the Liberal Center for American Progress says President Trump isn't likely to change his mind.
There are fewer people to push back on his decisions.
Jewell says the fight against ISIS isn't over and agrees with some lawmakers that the withdrawal of U.S. forces will only strengthen the terror group.
We leave and the Turks invade. It's almost 100%. It's close to a sure thing.
Here at the White House, protesters are calling on President Trump to stop Turkish military from invading parts of northeast Syria. Those who I talked to that stand by the president's decision say it's time for the troops to come home.
We have an opportunity, and the president did the right thing.
Noah Wall with the conservative Freedom Works says he believes America already accomplished what they came to do and shouldn't pay the high cost of keeping up the fight.
We cannot afford these foreign interventions that we've been finding ourselves in.
It's unclear if and when roughly all 1,000 U.S. forces in northeastern Syria will leave, but some are already on the move. Reporting in Washington, I'm Kelly Meyer.
During recent months, the number of migrants trying to cross the U.S.-Mexico border has declined as immigration officials try to navigate their way out of the border crisis. Federal agents arrested nearly 1 million migrants along the U.S. southern border during the government's just-ended 2019 fiscal year. But the acting commissioner of U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Mark Morgan, says the numbers are declining month by month, with September hitting 52,000.
They're learning now that we're closing those loopholes. If you grab a kid, it's not your passport in the United States.
Morgan credits the decline in part to the Remain in Mexico policy. Under this, asylum seekers return to Mexico to await their immigration proceedings to the U.S. He adds the Department of Homeland Security will also start enforcing a new asylum rule this week. It will deny people who did not first seek asylum in a country they passed through.
The city of Searcy in the spotlight as Small Business Revolution debuts on Hulu. You might remember Searcy was chosen from hundreds of towns to be featured in season 4 of the series, hosted by stars Ty Pennington and Amanda Brinkman. People in the community came together this evening to watch the series hit the air.
So we're just super excited to share our story. Searcy has a huge heart. We want to help a lot of people, and we've shown that through our small businesses and how many nonprofits are here in town.
You can catch the whole season right now on Hulu and Amazon Prime Video.
That's right. It dropped tonight, so you can watch all the episodes if you want. Still to come tonight, a traffic delay at one Conway intersection causing some major headaches.
There's only so many ways you can go.
What's at the center of the headache and what the city is proposing in hopes of finding a solution.
And a 9-year-old facing first-degree murder charges in Illinois. What authorities say the child did that claimed the lives of 5 people.
You're watching Fox 16 News at 9 with Donna Terrell, Kevin Kelly, sports with Wes Moore, and Chief Meteorologist Jeff Baskin. This is Fox 16 News at 9.